Hi, welcome to Books in Action. My name is Melissa Kopecky, and I'm the director of the South Orange Public Library. We have a great show for you tonight. We're going to be talking about great things to read, and we have some very special guests who I am going to ask to introduce themselves, okay? You guys want to introduce yourself? You want to start? Tell me your name.
My name is Persis.
Okay, can you just say your first name nice and loud and clear?
My name is Persis.
That's great. Thank you, Persis, and thank you for coming this evening. And do you want to tell me your name?
Quincy Smith.
Oh, nice and loud and clear. We got a television star here. And?
Madison Gladner.
Thank you, Madison.
My name is Sunday Smith.
Thank you, Sunday, and hearing your name makes me think about one of my favorite books that I forgot to bring tonight, and that is a picture book called Heckety Peg. Have you guys ever read that story?
Yes.
It's about a woman who had 7 children, and the first children's name was Monday, and the second child's name was?
Tuesday.
You got it. So the 7th child's name was?
Sunday.
Yep, sure enough. So I met a Sunday in a book one time. Sorry, Pratima, we left you till the end.
Well, my name's Pratima, like you said.
And Pratima has used the library for a lot longer than you guys have. She's been reading a little bit longer than you have, but I know that you all brought a favorite book to show tonight, so let's start with that. So do you want to start? That looks interesting. It's called Deep and
Dark and Dangerous.
Okay, can you tell me a little bit about the book?
Well, it's about a girl named Allie, and then she finds a picture of her mom and her aunt, and there's a girl that she doesn't know. When she asks her mom lies that she doesn't know who that is. And so when she goes to this lake with her to babysit her cousin, she finds out that that girl in the picture died, and her name is Teresa.
Ooh, so it's a little bit of a spooky book? Is it scary, like the kind of book you don't want to read when there's a thunderstorm going outside?
Yeah.
And you like scary books? And do you like mysteries too?
Yes.
And Quentin, you have a book that just looks great because I see the name Helen Cooper. Can I hold it up so that we could show some of the pictures? I think maybe this way. Here, you look at the book and tell me why this is one of your favorite books.
Because she ate a biscuit. And
Who ate the biscuit? The little girl?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, she's got her tongue sticking out like this. Right?
And
She ate a dog biscuit?
and then she turned into a dog. She was playing with a different person's dog, and she hot dogs was raining from the sky, and a pie with and then she started crying, and then the mood exploded.
Oh no, is this her as a dog?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, and is
That
she happy being a dog?
Yeah.
But does she start to miss her mom? And oh, here are the hot dogs.
Yeah.
This is a great picture. It's raining hot dogs.
And she started crying, and the moon exploded.
And the moon explodes.
And then she
Okay.
turned
Oh.
back into herself. And then
And the moon exploded and the sky fell in. Oh my goodness gracious. This is a little bit spooky too. And then does she end up?
like
Here, sit down and let me, okay, I'll go back a page, but sit down so we can hear what you're saying. That's
she
great.
changed back into herself.
This is her getting hugged. She needed that hug, just like Max at the end of the Wild Things, right?
And then
On the page.
and then that page, she tricked her, and she said never ever eat a dog biscuit.
So that's one of the fun things about stories, right? Because you can figure out, do you think that well, we'll leave that to people's imaginations, whether that would really happen if you ate a dog biscuit, but it makes a nice adventure, right? Can you hold on to that for me for a minute, and we'll find out what Sunday brought?
Well, I brought a book about princesses, and
If you could pass it down, Quentin, be a gentleman and grab that book. Thank you. Pass it over because it looks like it has some nice illustrations, and I'll show some of the pictures while you're telling us about
there's
it.
lots of stories about princesses, and I only read The Golden Touch.
Okay.
And it's this king that has a princess, and when the king touches anyone, they turn gold.
Aha. Sounds like the king's name might have been Midas. Is that true? That's an old story, and you could find other books that told this story, but this looks like a really nice version of it. And look at that picture. So you're going to keep on going and read some more of these books? You a fan of princess books?
Not really. Yeah.
You just pick up books that look
She doesn't
interesting
like
to you? I don't know.
princesses
This
so well.
story looks interesting to me. That's the page I opened to, and I'm curious about that pig. So, do you think you could pass this back again? Thank you. And let's see what you brought. You want me to hold this one up? Thank you.
I brought Top Secret Personal Beeswax.
Okay, a top secret personal beeswax, but it is a journal of Junie B, which must be Junie B. Jones, right?
Yeah.
And this is, oh, this is as if Junie B wrote the whole thing, right?
Yeah, but Junie B doesn't just write in it. You can write in it too.
Oh my goodness, that's a pretty cool thing. There's a space for you to write in it yourself.
And there's even
Uh-huh.
awesome stickers in the back.
And stickers. So this is an interactive book, something you can do something with, right? So this wouldn't be so good to be a library book, right?
No.
You'd need to get this one. Are you planning to write in yours?
Yeah.
And this looks like pretend like Junie B put photographs in it, so you could stick
Yep.
your own photographs in the back part, right?
It's like if you're bored on a rainy day and you have nothing to do, you can write in it.
Or you could just read it like a book, right? So you
Yeah.
have a couple different ways to do this. Now, did you like the Junie B. Jones books?
Yeah, I read every one.
Wow. So now you're moving on to ones that you can help Junie B. write.
I'm
I'm gonna-
moving on to different ones like Clementine.
Clementine. I was going to ask you all if you remember back from when you were little what your favorite books are, because we might have some people who are interested in reading. Well, I still like to read picture books, but okay, go ahead.
Green
You don't
Eggs
need
and
to raise your
Ham.
hand. I'll make sure. Oh, I do not like green eggs and ham. I do not like
I
them, Sam.
tried
I
them
am.
once and they're really good.
And what was yours?
Pierre, and he didn't care.
Oh, Maurice Sendak. Pierre Didn't Care. Yes, that's a great book. And it's a little one, right? Which is nice because you could carry it around with you. And how about yours?
What are you, my mother?
Oh, that's another one. That's like a beginner reader. You have somebody read it to you and then you can learn how to read on a book like that, right? Are you my mother? Doesn't he ask all different kinds of little birds looking for his mother, right? And do you remember one that you liked when you were little?
Mine was Cinderella.
Oh, and there's lots of different versions of Cinderella, right? But you probably had one favorite one that you loved the pictures. Let's ask Pratima. Pratima's really old. Maybe she can remember what she liked when she was little.
I really like The Hungry Caterpillar by Eric Carle.
You guys know that one?
Yes.
Once in the light of the moon, there was a small egg on a leaf, right? And pop. Oh, one Sunday morning, pop. See, there we are, back to Sunday again. So when you're ready to read something, what do you usually do? Do you look through your bookshelves at home? Do you have other plans for looking for something to read? Well, let's take Sunday first this time since we switched around. What do you do when you're looking for something to read?
I have a bookshelf in my bed, and I take a book that I want to read every morning.
Okay, that's nice to have them really close so that if you never run out of things to read. Uh-huh.
Well, I have a bookshelf, and I asked my mommy, daddy, and like either my mom, dad, or babysitter to get a book from my bookshelf in my room.
Where do you like to find books?
On my bookshelf.
You have a bookshelf too. I'm going to ask Pratima this one because she brought a whole bunch of books. Where did you get those books?
From the South Orange Public Library.
So going to a library, some of you guys go to the Maplewood Library, right?
Yeah.
The library is a nice place to look for something new that's not on your bookshelf. I'm thinking that maybe Pratima should tell us a little bit about this one because this looks like something that you all might have heard of. It's the Princess Tales. It's a series, right? Can you tell us a little bit?
It's all about the fairy tale stories you knew when you were little, like Cinderella, and
which
Snow
you
White,
talked
and all
about.
of that. And there's a consistent fairy in all the books that makes a whole bunch of mistakes, and that's why the princess ended up, like in that book, sleeping for 100 years because she was really lazy, and the fairy didn't like that. Then you have
This
the
is
one
funny.
where the
So you find that all these fairy tales are explained by this one fairy who keeps making
a whole bunch
mistakes.
of mistakes.
Have you all read any of these? Uh-huh.
My favorite place to go is the library.
The library is a place you like to go to get something to read?
I like going to the library too.
Well, it is nice because you might see things at the library that you wouldn't find other places. Let me just ask you, have any of you read the Princess Tales? Because that might be something both libraries, Maplewood and South Orange,
I
have
haven't read
them.
that book, but I've read in Princess Tales.
You've read things
But not
about
from that
princesses before. How about, let me see what, this is another series, this Rotten School one by R.L. Stein. You guys ever heard of that series? Rotten School? Not heard of that one? Tell us a little bit about that one.
It's not as famous. Did you read Goosebumps? Yeah, you really like Goosebumps, right? If
It's
you're
the
done
same
with
author?
the Goosebumps, if you're done with the Goosebumps series, you should try the Rotten School series. He writes it, and it's all about, there's this, I forget what the main character's name is. I think his name is like Bernie or something. And he is the #1 troublemaker of the school. He finds a whole bunch of slimy slugs and snails and everything rotten and icky, and basically terrorizes his school. But it's along the same lines as Goosebumps. If you like scary stuff, you should read it.
See, a little different kind of scary than your book, right? Because this is kind of gross and scary, whereas yours is more like spooky and scary, right? We're almost out of time here, so real quick, if you guys have a series, do you like to read stuff in series? Just tell me the name of the series.
I like Diary of a Wimpy Kid.
Oh, Diary of a Wimpy Kid, that is a totally great series. Okay, quick, if you have something, tell
I
me.
like the Nancy Drew series.
The magic.
Nancy Drew.
Oh, the Nancy Drew. Now there's something that just doesn't die because Nancy Drew was written even before I read series. So thank you all for telling us about some good things to read. And you know what? I will see you at the library. How about that? Okay, so we're going to take a break for a minute. We'll be back with some more people and some more ideas of things to read.
Hi, this is former Governor Tom Kean. I answered the Jersey call to service. Now you can too. Join me and thousands of people from all corners of New Jersey in making the positive changes we need. With only a couple of hours, you can learn how to bring solutions that will cut government waste and improve the quality of life in your hometown. Answer the Jersey call to service. Go to jointhecampaign.com.
Hi, I'm Melissa Kopecky, and we're back at Books in Action. We're talking about great things to read, and I have some new guests, so can you please tell me your name
My name is Brian.
and yours?
My name is Hannah.
Nice to have you, Hannah. This is Pratima again, we know that. And
My name is Tajir.
Tajir.
And my name's Titus.
Thank you, Titus. Thank you, all of you, for coming. So we're obviously going to have to start with the front row here because you're both carrying The Lightning Thief. And I bet you have lots and lots of friends who have also read The Lightning Thief and really like that book. So I will ask you to go first. Brian, tell me a little something about it. You just jump right in if he's saying something wrong or you have something to add, okay?
Well, what I'd say about The Lightning Thief is it's about a boy named Percy Jackson, and he finds out that he's the son of Poseidon, the sea god. And then he goes to a new camp in the summer, Camp Half-Blood, where all the demigods, half god, half human, live or stay for the summer. And he finds out that he's being accused of stealing Zeus's master lightning bolts. Now he must find the real because it has been stolen. Then he must find the real thief, retrieve the bolt, and return to Zeus before summer starts.
Oh, how perfect to be for summer reading there. So, you want to add something to that about the story?
Okay, well, yes, so, he, goes on this big adventure with a lot of monsters, and, and he has to, get the lightning bolt, and so,
And so you're meeting different characters from mythology.
Yeah,
Some of the monsters are the sea monsters.
monsters,
and
the gods.
Did you know anything about the characters in this book before you read this? Had you ever heard of Zeus and things like that?
Yeah,
Did you study that in school?
Zeus, and I've heard of Poseidon. There's a lot of gods and goddesses I've heard of before I've read this, but I didn't really even know they even had any children actually, so I didn't know any of their kids before I read the book.
Well, it's like one of those.
The kids are, they're basically, they're only in the Percy Jackson books. They're a whole different thing. And some people believe that some kids are son or daughter of other gods.
You know, we were talking a while ago about fairy tales, and it's the same kind of thing. It's a story that's been passed down to people and passed down to people. So stories about Zeus and things like that.
Yeah, like Percy Jackson.
This is a new
and
stories made up about those old characters, right?
Yeah, Percy Jackson was a made-up story about mythology.
Can I just ask you guys in the back, have any of you three read The Lightning Thief?
No.
No.
Oh, well, now you're hearing this, and it might sound like it would be interesting because this turned out to not just be a book by itself, right? There are books that follow it.
Yep, and there's one movie of this book. This is the first one in the series, and it's best to read them in order.
And what were you telling me about the movie there?
The movie's kind of different from the book. I've seen it twice. It's really good, but there's a lot of things they don't put in from the book.
Well, that's usually the truth. How many of you read a Harry Potter book or more and also saw a movie? There's a lot more. Okay, you can put your hands down.
Yeah, and they actually...
There's a lot more information in the books, right? Because you can't fit it all in the movie.
In Percy Jackson, the movie, they actually changed a lot. It was a different lightning thief, different things happened.
Oh, they actually changed the story. So you think people should do both, read the book and see the movie, so they can see the difference?
Yeah, it's better. It's pretty much better to read the book
first.
then see the movie, then read the book, and then again, because then you can compare while you're reading the book.
Okay, let's see what else we have here. May I borrow your book so I can hold it up here? Oh, the story Julian tells. Anne Cameron, I remember this book. Can you tell me something about it?
Well, I like it because it's silly and it makes me laugh. And it's a guy his name's Julian, and he has a little brother named Huey.
Do you have a little brother by any chance?
Mm-hmm.
So
His
you
name's
find that part
Quincy.
kind of funny?
Mm-hmm.
The trouble that little brothers get into? Aren't there other, are there other story books related to this?
Yes, there's one there's Gloria's Way, there's the stories Hilly tells, then there's more stories Hilly tells, then there's more stories Julian tells.
Okay, so you got Julian, you got Huey's stories going, and who's Gloria?
He's a friend he meets in I think chapter 7 or 8.
So they're connected ones. I wonder if any of you ever read the Beverly Cleary stories with Ramona and all of those? Because that's the same kind of thing where somebody comes into a story, it's a sister or a friend or
Yeah.
this or that,
Yeah.
and then they end up being in their own story
Yeah.
and stuff. It's
Like
sort of
Ramona-
like that.
Yeah, the Ramona series actually came out of the series Henry Hudgens.
Right.
Yeah.
And what do you have back there? These are such great books. Can you turn around and grab that book and let me see it for a second? The Diary of a Wimpy Kid, and this is also a series, right?
Yes.
This is not the first in the series, but is this your favorite one?
Yes.
And tell us a little bit about it.
Well, it's about Greg and Rowley when they go in the summer, and like they invite this girl, and she meets a lifeguard, and she totally forgets that they invited her, and so they go their own way, like they stay together and go their own ways, then try to like make some money by lawn mowing and shoveling and stuff.
And something to do with fish.
Yeah.
This is kind of fun because it's as if it's done like a diary, so it's written out with little illustrations in it too. Because which
It's
is
also
just-
I read the book also.
too. And Pratima, have you read the Wimpy Kids one?
I've read book 1 and 2. I haven't made it to 3 and 4 yet.
See, I bet you didn't know that when people are working in libraries, we read a lot of the stuff. I get to still sometimes read picture books, which I think is the best thing in the world. Because if we have a kid who comes in and says, what's a good book for me to read? Can you help me find something? Sometimes it's fun just to prowl through the shelves yourself, but sometimes if we've read stuff, we can help. Or if we talk to other kids and find out what they like. So you would recommend anybody read any of the Wimpy Kid books, right?
Yes.
Now, isn't this also going to be a movie or was made into a movie or
It was made into a movie.
it already was?
Yep.
Did you see the movie?
No, not yet.
It's like out, like it's just recent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It was right after.
Have any of you seen the movie?
I have. That's not
And what did you think of it?
I thought it was really good and it was like really funny because there were a lot of like.
Well, the books are really funny,
Yeah.
right? They're the kind of
Yeah.
thing which is always kind of. Did reading this make you like laugh out loud while you were reading?
Yes.
I love that, when you think, what is that person in the other room laughing at? And then you realize they're reading and you just want to read it. What is it that's so funny? I want to read that. I want to laugh too. So the movie stayed with the funny part, huh? Did you find the movie funny?
Yes, I found the movie funny, but the movie isn't actually on that book. That one's probably coming. That's
Right, it
probably
would be
gonna,
on the
'cause
first one,
that's,
right?
Yeah, because that was made of the first book, and that's the fourth book, the most
Okay.
recent one.
Right, right. And of course, they're going to probably make more Percy Jackson movies and they'll make more Wimpy Kid movies, but that gives you something to look forward to, just like you can look forward to another book coming. Now, I got a trick question for you. What can you remember reading when you were really little that was one of your favorite books, so that when we have little kids who are coming in and telling us that they're looking for something good to read, what would you say to that? Who's got an answer? You have an answer for that?
I read Are You My Mother when I was little.
That's with the baby bird and who thinks a
Oh,
piece
yeah.
of construction equipment is its mother, right? A
Mhm.
bulldozer or something?
I think it was a hoot or something.
We're gonna have to go back and read that, I know I'm gonna have to look it up and remember. Do you remember what you liked?
Yeah, I used to read Green Eggs and Ham a lot.
Oh, this is just funny. And
Well, there was this book my mom read to me called Rainbow Fish, I think it was called.
oh yeah, that's another classic with the like glittery
it's-
paper in it
Yeah,
and the
there's this
sparkly
little
fish.
like fish, and everybody wants him to keep giving his rainbow scales away to them.
Rainbow Fish, Green Eggs and Ham, Are You My Mother? Those are all great things. I mean, kids still love them, and probably when you guys are as old as Pratima, kids will still be loving to read those books. So what was yours that you remember?
I can't really remember, but I remember I read all the Eric Carle books, and I loved all of those.
So the, what's the one, the Mixed Up Chameleon?
Yeah, the Very Busy Spider.
There's something, Lightning Bug.
Something.
And
Yeah.
the Very Hungry Caterpillar.
Yeah, the Very Hungry Caterpillar. I definitely remember that.
Oh, and Polar Bear.
Yeah,
Something like that.
yeah. What do you see?
hear? What do you see?
No, that's Brown Bear. What do you see?
Right. We're just getting our bears mixed up. So that's great. I wanted to ask you if any of you, this was one that Pratima brought, Molly Moon, which is another book that is a series. And have any of you read the Molly Moon books? That might be something. Tell them why they would like to read that.
It's about a girl who finds a book on hypnotism, and then she learns how to hypnotize everyone, and she goes on adventures using hypnotism and getting what she wants by hypnotizing you to give it to her.
And she might actually become a movie at some point, I would think. Let's do one more series here. We're actually kind of starting to run out of time. Artemis Fowl, you guys read any Artemis Fowl? Any of you? No? So tell them why they might like that.
Percy Jackson fans should read Artemis Fowl. It's the same mythology creatures as the characters, but it's a different
Well, these
war
are more
going
like
on.
elves and
Centaurs.
trolls and centaurs and stuff. There's not actually any of the gods like Zeus or Poseidon in these books, but they might be something you want to try, and it is a series, so if you read the first one and you like it, then you have that wonderful thing of saying, oh, there's other things that I want to read by that same person. All right, really, really quick, what's your last one, Pratima?
Oh my gosh.
That you want to
Gregor?
tell everybody. There's the Charlie Bone series,
I've
there's
read
the
those.
Gregor
You've read Charlie
series.
Bone? Did you like it?
And
Have you
let's
read all
see,
of them?
Under the Jolly Roger.
Not all of
You got
That's
10
mine.
seconds. Sell me on this book.
Tell you that book? That's my favorite book. That's actually not the first book, and it's about a girl pirate, and she runs away.
A girl pirate who runs away, and that's it. Your 10 seconds are up. So listen, thank you so much, and I'm guessing that over the summer you're gonna have a little extra time for reading.
Yeah.
Is that something you look forward to in the summer?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I hope that you find like a really special place. Do you have like under a bush or up in a tree or in a corner of your room or down in the basement or someplace that's a special reading place? If you don't, I hope you find one and you spend many happy hours there over the summer reading. So, thank you so much for coming. And one more time, hold up your books. Everybody could get great ideas of things to read on Hold Me.